With so many online coaches and service providers these days, how does your mission help you to really stand out above everyone else and be unique? So maybe you're thinking, what exactly is a mission as it relates to your online business? Maybe you think it's more relevant to bigger companies, but it's not the case. It's basically something that explains the purpose of why you exist, what the impact is that you're willing and wanting to make in the world. It doesn't explain what exactly you do, but the reasons behind it, that real purpose of why you're doing what you're doing. And when you're coming from a place of absolute authenticity, when you're really sort of looking at what it is that really drives you, it helps you to differentiate yourself. It creates that unique authenticity because you're speaking of from a place that really drives you. And when you're being completely authentic about it, it helps you to stand out because nobody is driven exactly in a way that you are. Nobody speaks exactly how you do. So when you're looking at the type of things that really draws you in as an online coach, as that service provider, it's going to help you to really stand out because nobody can do it just like you. So as it relates to your business, we can take a look at what is the ultimate mission that draws you with your business. What type of world do you want to live in as it relates to what you do and the impact that you're making within your business? This can really help to give us clarity in terms of what that is, and then we can basically work backwards from there. And to help us become very, very clear on what it is, we can take a look at who is it exactly that we're working with or we're wanting to work with, we have been working with, who is that target market, and what are the benefits that they get from the services that we provide. Once we take a look at those elements, we can then analyze, after writing it down a bunch of times in a bunch of different ways, really take a look at it and think about, does this really excite me? Is this the type of thing that's going to get me through those difficult times and really drive my motivation when things get difficult? And is it going to be something that's really going to differentiate me from the rest of the people within the market? So once we're really sort of clear on that, it's going to help us to become very differentiated and create that impact. There are many different ways to come up with a mission statement. You can search on the internet, you're going to find a lot of different practices, formulas, all these different ways for you to do it. So it's up to you just to really figure out what works for you. Something that's worked for myself is sort of breaking it nice and simply down into a formula and then sort of adding in different variations of that formula, which really resonates. And sometimes, you'll write out 5 different statements and then bang, this is what really drives me. This is what really differentiates me and is coming from an authentic place of which I want to really sort of create that impact. Now, I'll give you a quick example of what has been effective. My mission is to build or offer, and then you write in what you offer, to target audience, and the contribution or the goal of which you want to deliver. This is going to make more sense. And the impact in what you're making. Now, I'm going to sort of give you an example just to sort of break this formula into something that's going to make a little bit more sense. So this, as an example, is my mission is to offer one-on-one coaching for stressed out mums to help them enjoy their day-to-day life and be able to raise children that go on to create a joyful, impact-driven life for themselves. So when we break it down to a granular point of breaking it down into a formula and going, okay, I do X for Y type of thing, it helps us in a lot of different ways. Obviously, I've mentioned, it helps us to become clear on the impact that we're making, but also when it comes to the messaging, when it comes to how we show up to the world, it is incredibly important to have that differentiated approach and be drawn through from a place of authenticity that really sort of comes from each of us. So just to summarize what we've spoken about here, it may take some time for you to become very clear on it, and that's fine. It's not like you just sit down and you just quickly write it out, and that's what it is. Sometimes it takes a bit of thought to go through it. You write it a few different ways, and then eventually it resonates with you. And something else that's really important with this is it's always open to evolving as you evolve and grow as a business, as an entrepreneur, as a coach, as a service provider. As with everything with business, everything is evolving, everything is constantly moving. So having this sort of stagnant approach to, to creating a mission or anything that it relates to your business is not the best approach. And when we have that fixed mindset of, deciding upon something, it limits us and it really, affects us as we move forward, because as we do move forward, we do evolve, and sometimes we might feel guilty. But this is what I originally was working towards, but now I feel a little bit more drawn to this, and that's okay. And it can evolve, it can change. You see a lot of the biggest impact-driven businesses in the world. It's constantly evolving and it's changing. So we need to be constantly evolving and changing. Not too much, but as long as we're sort of aligning with authenticity to who we are and the impacts that we're making, and it sort of aligns along that journey, then it's really going to be effective for you in your online business. I run a digital marketing agency, and we work with impact-driven coaches and service providers to really build out an efficient and automated online business through funnels, through all these different ways that really help you to amplify your impact within the online realm. Now, we've got a free resource that's really going to help you to get clear on your mission, but also to get very clear on the products that you're launching within your product suite. Because as we know, as we evolve and grow as an online business, it's very important to be creating products that align with our mission and solve specific problems that our target market wants. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely jump in the description and take a look at the free resource. You're going to get immense amount of benefits from it, from all that insane clarity to planning out everything that you need to be focusing on as you move forward in your online business. So I hope you got a bit of value from this video. Until next time, take care.